Apple's Steve Jobs says we are living in a post-PC world. That is a reference to how tablet computers are changing the face of personal computing. Manufacturers believe the sales of tablets will eclipse those of laptops in just over a year. Joining us now, Josh Topolsky, editor-in-chief of thisismynext.com. Good morning to you.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Do you think everyone is ditching their laptops and even PCs for these tablets? Is that a good idea?
I think that's, well, it may be a good idea for some people. I don't know if it's actually happening. I mean, Apple's selling more tablets than they can make. Literally, they can't make enough. And but Apple's the only company really selling those tablets. I mean, you've got other competitors in the space that haven't seen these kinds of sales. You know, Apple's doing tens of millions of tablets, and competitors are just starting to ramp up. You know, they're selling a few million, maybe here or there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to think of them replacing laptops, I mean, for some people that's totally viable. For moms and grandmothers, and you know, on Mother's Day, perfect opportunity here.
Right.
Yeah, I think they can give up the laptop and do email and videos and browse the web. But there's going to be some people, professionals, who are working with
college kids, professionals, exactly, businesses. I mean, there are some things, because there are some criticisms of the tablets. You've got the keyboards. For some people, it's just not enough there. The size as well is
That's tough. And you can only, on the tablets, generally you're managing one application at a time. So if you want to have a chat window open and be doing something over here like you do on a computer, you really can't. But I think the keyboard is a good point. You know, we're seeing some interesting models come out now. Asus is a company, a Taiwanese company that's making it's an Android tablet that has a keyboard that kind of snaps onto it, so it's almost doing double duty as a laptop and a tablet, which is, I think we're going to see more of that dual use stuff coming out, so people can kind of abandon the laptop and move towards a tablet.
So you think it's valid perhaps with Apple when you've got Steve Jobs coming out and saying we're in a post-PC world? Well, maybe that's relative to Apple.
Yeah.
But elsewhere?
Well, I mean, Apple's laptop sales are excellent. In fact, they beat the industry in terms of sales every quarter. I mean, they're doing really well on the laptop front. But they also are owning this brand new space, and they are selling this idea that we're in a post-PC world, which for them, that's their tagline. You know, what they want to say is, we don't have to compete with anybody else because we've invented this brand new place to compete that people have to come to us and compete with us on it. And they really do. So, I mean, I think for them, it's a great piece of marketing, but it's also got some truth when you look at the landscape.
What about the touchscreen technology? Is that going to go everywhere?
I think touch screens are going to become increasingly common. The place where you're not going to see them, and where I don't think they work, is when you're at a laptop or a desktop computer. The idea of kind of having the keyboard here, the screen here, and reaching out like this, it's actually not that comfortable. I think that most people will find that if they have a touch screen on a laptop, they're not going to go to the touch screen that often. I think it's just an uncomfortable, ergonomically speaking, it's somewhat uncomfortable.
Okay. Well, it's fun talking about it, and I think it's a good idea to give a mom or your grandmother.
I mean, I think that there's a market of people who aren't computer experts that want something to communicate with, something to browse the web with. The tablets really fill that space.
It all works. Josh Topolsky, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks.